Hello, my name is Ian Rowan, and this is my presentation on the article, Is It Time to Start Paying College Athletes by Forbes, and whether or not it's credible or not. So there was really three main things I looked for when identifying if the article is credible or not. The credibility of the website Forbes and the author, the credibility of the sources and the interviewees that they used, and the credibility of the data and statistics that was spread throughout the article. So the first thing I did was look for the credibility of the website, and I found that Forbes is a website and that came from a magazine, and the magazine has been around for 100 years now and is very well known in the business world, very highly looked upon, and its main focus is business and money. And for this article in particular, Is It Time to Start Paying College Athletes, I thought that this would be a great website to use for this article because they're looking at it from a business and money perspective, which gives a non-biased perspective on the issue. So using this information, I concluded that Forbes was a reputable source. They also aren't trying to sell me anything. There's ads on the site, but those are unavoidable. But the website itself is reputable. And for the author, his name is every Forbes article gives a biography and a recent post, popular post, and full bio for each author. And for this article, the author was Josh Benjamin, and I looked at his full bio to determine whether he was a credible source or not. And it said he attended Skidmore College, which is a reputable college, and his senior thesis was about baseball fandom and how the media skewed certain subjects to get a rise out of them. And since his graduation, he spent 2+ years working as an NBA columnist, and he also worked part-time at CBS Sports. So through this information, I can conclude that he clearly knows a lot about sports expert, and he has spent a lot of time writing about sports, and so we can conclude that he's a reputable and appropriate source and author for this article. And so the next thing I looked for was the credibility of the quotes and interviewees that were used. So the people that they interviewed for this article were Tubby Smith and Gary Williams. And down below it mentions a little bit about who these people are. So Gary Williams is a former Maryland coach and Hall of Famer, and Tubby Smith led 5 different programs to the NCAA tournament and won a national championship with Kentucky in 1998. So between these two, they have years and years of experience working with the NCAA and working with these programs, and they have known thousands of players and athletes with the NCAA. So we can conclude that they're like experts on the NCAA. They know what these players go through, and so we can conclude that they're reputable, incredible sources because they have seen every side of this situation, and they can give well thought out opinions about the issue of is it time to start paying college athletes. So we know that the interviewees are credible, but what about the data and the statistics used? So throughout the article, various statistics and pieces of data are used to solidify any kind of statements made. One of a piece of data here, it said that in March 2015, Louisville Cardinals was named the most profitable basketball team, making $24 million in profits. And what Forbes magazine does is every time they use a quote or they cite a statistic, they give a link to where that statistic came from. So in this case, the it came from CNN, from a reporter or author, Chris Isidore, and it'll take, if you click on that link, it'll take you directly to that article, which is really helpful because then you can determine whether that article is a credible source. And CNN has been around for many years as well, very reputable source. This article is set up very well, and so we can conclude that this article is reputable, and so the source is reputable. So incredible. And that is done every time they use a statistic or data throughout the article. You can see that there are many links to these different places. So overall, I concluded that Forbes magazine and this article were credible, and by using these tools, you can determine that any article that you look at is credible. And that's it.